That's a very difficult question to answer, and one that we've discussed on many different occasions, both amongst ourselves and with people who come from an AA background. I think probably the number one difference I would say is that we teach and hold that my alcohol abuse, and it was substantial, I can assure you, I was drunk for 25 years, every day. My alcohol abuse was purely a choice based on a deeply held self-hatred. AA teaches that it's an illness. AA teaches that I'm powerless over alcohol. I would never say that I'm powerless over anything, because who I am is all-powerful. Who I am in truth is all-powerful. My ego may well believe that it's powerless over alcohol. There are undoubtedly people, and we've had a number of them here, who should never touch another drink. There's something that's happened in their chemical makeup that makes them allergic to alcohol, and they absolutely fall back. No question about it. Personally, that is not my experience. Having said that, I don't ever advocate that somebody should continue drinking. What's the purpose of drinking? Why do I drink? Now, you and I know that I have 1 or 2 beers a week. I enjoy it thoroughly. If you tell me you can never have another drink the rest of your life, say fine. It means nothing. It's not important. It's the urgency behind drinking that needs to be addressed, because the urgency behind drinking is what is the underlying belief that makes me want to destroy myself. So whether my self-destructive self-hatred takes the form of alcohol, takes the form of cocaine, takes the form of philandering, takes the form of working 16 hours a day, makes no difference. So when people come to us, they're amazed. They sit in a circle, and there'll be someone who drinks too much. There'll be somebody who's just gone through a second bankruptcy. There'll be somebody who's dropped out of university, couldn't get the grades. There'll be somebody there who is wondering why his third marriage looks so much like the previous 2. All of them go back to the same issue. The symptom's different. So we don't work with the symptom. We don't work with behavior modification. Yes, the behavior has to change. There's no question about it. If I want to be a healthy, loving individual, I have to stop doing coke. No question about it. I have to stop being drunk all day. There's no question about it. That needs to happen. But that's only a very, very, very first step. What has to happen after that is the forgiveness process. And the forgiveness process is for my self-hatred, for the beliefs that I made up. So why did I drink so much? There's 2 reasons. 1, it was a misguided seeking. That's why it's called spirits. It was a misguided seeking for a higher self, for an experience I knew had to exist somewhere, and in my misguided fanaticism, I thought booze was going to do that. That was 1. The second reason was to destroy the self I hated so much. Now, why did that not work? Why did I not destroy the self I hated so much? Because it cannot be destroyed. It doesn't exist. So I was trying to destroy a belief. You cannot destroy a belief. You can simply withdraw your adherence to it. You can withdraw your support for it. You can withdraw your faith in it. And then it will wither. So as my beliefs wither, as they become weaker and weaker, I have less and less evidence. And of course that's a mutual back and forth. If I have less evidence, the belief weakens. If the belief weakens, I have less evidence. So I stopped drinking. Wonderful. Did I love myself when I stopped drinking? Briefly, I was very proud of myself. I thought, this is incredible. I quit drinking in '87 for a year. I was very proud of myself. Did I do any work about my self-hatred? Not at all. Not at all. I just didn't drink. That's all. Now, if I don't drink and I still hate myself, and I say, okay, I'm never going to have another drink, I'll find other ways to express my self-hatred. And that's why so often when you go to AA meetings, people are smoking. What's the message I give myself every time I light up? I hate myself. I'm not worth it. What is the difference between smoking and drinking? When you really get down to it, they're both expressions of self-hatred. What's the point? The work that we do has to do with falling in love with the self, with the true self. How do I do that? How do I fall in love with the true self? I fall in love with the true self by looking at all the reasons I've made up as why I am not lovable, why I am not good enough, why I don't deserve to have a wonderful family, why I don't deserve to have an experience of joy and abundance in my life. And the forgiveness process that we work with leads me to all those barriers and helps me undo them. And as they're getting undone more and more and more, I shift to the capital S self of who I really am. And that's the process. So AA is a magnificent organization. It has saved literally, my friend's favorite word, millions of lives and continues to do so. And from our point of view, it needs to go further. We need to go further. We need to go deeper. We need to find out, why was I drinking in the first place? Where did that come from? And not only was I drinking, I was also doing a ton of drugs. I was also philandering. I was also sabotaging my behavior, my businesses at all levels. I was full on trying to self-destruct. And here I am. It didn't, in the long run, work. But for a lot of people it has worked, and they are destroyed. And that's what we're here to help prevent. We're here to help people see who you really are. A, cannot be destroyed, and B, is lovable. Who you really are is love.